Hey guys, Nick here, dialysis nurse. Today I'm going to talk to you patients who have issues with fluid overload. Now, for the most part, people with kidney disease and who are on dialysis are told to drink 32 ounces of water a day. Now, this is a regular size water bottle. This is a 16-ounce water bottle. So 2 of these a day is what a lot of dialysis patients needs. Now, everyone's different. You should all talk to your doctor. Have that sit-down conversation with your dietitian, with your nurse, and see what they recommend for you. But for the most part, 32 ounces is the recommended amount of fluids that people should take a day. So here are some tips that you can do to make sure that you get those 32 ounces and you don't consistently go over and you're constantly fluid overloaded every time you go for your dialysis treatment. One is obvious. This is a 16-ounce water bottle. 2 of these is 32 ounces. Walk around with 2 water bottles. When you go to work, have 2 water bottles with you. Drink from your water bottles. By the time your day is about to end, you'll see how much water you have remaining, so you know that you only drink 32 ounces in a day. 2 is keep a log. Write down how much water you put inside of your body, right? So if it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I drink a full bottle, I can write on my little log pad, drink 16 ounces of water today. So I know I have 16 ounces left. So before the end of the day, hopefully that log that I have doesn't exceed 32 ounces. Another thing you can do is choose what you eat wisely. Avoid foods with high water content. Anything that becomes a liquid at room temperature is a liquid. Doesn't matter if it's ice cream, gelatin, soups. All of these are liquids. So avoid food high in water content and opt for fresh fruits and vegetables because they usually have a lower amount of water content. Stay cool. I mean, I'm in Texas. It is hot. Suck on some ice chips. When you suck on those ice chips, believe it or not, you should measure how much ice you've sucked on, basically, because that adds up. A good trick to do is take one of those small water bottles. So this is 16 ounces, so an 8-ounce water bottle. Put it in the freezer, let it freeze, and take it out of the freezer. And throughout the day, you can open that and you can just like suck at it. It'll nourish that thirst that you have, and you'll also be doing something kind of fun and silly, right? So, but it's a really cool thing that patients do, and it really helps. Suck on ice chips or freeze your water bottle and just drink from that throughout the day. Control your thirst. Some people talk about rinsing their mouth out with water and not swallowing. That doesn't really sound appetizing to me. That's like people who have food eating issues, who eat food and don't swallow it. But whatever. If you want to rinse your mouth out with water and don't swallow it, go for it. I recommend sugar-free gum or second on hard candy, preferably sugar-free hard candy, especially for you diabetics. Some people use mouth sprays. I've heard of mouth sprays or artificial saliva products to keep your mouth moist. Don't know about that. If it works for you, great. If not, I'm not recommending it. But, I mean, you can buy it if you want. It just sounds silly to me. Limit your salt intakes and limit your spicy food. Salt increases thirst, so reduce that salt intake. Avoid processed foods because processed foods are usually very, very salty. Spread out your fluids as well. So, like I said, take that 8-ounce water bottle and freeze it so you sip on it all throughout the day instead of just downing the whole water bottle at once. You can schedule small amounts of fluid with meals. So you can say, hey, at breakfast, I'm going to have 8 ounces of fluid. Lunch, I'm going to have 8 ounces of fluid. Dinner, I'm going to have 8 ounces of fluid. And I'm going to have 8 ounces throughout the day in between my meals. And that's 32 ounces total. And you can cook differently, like cook with herbs and spices instead of using salts. I've talked about this before. Salts make you thirsty. Herbs and spices, not so much. Use lemon or vinegar in small amounts to enrich those flavors. And this is very important, and I don't think most people do, but weigh yourself. In the morning, weigh yourself, see how much you weigh. You all know your dry weight or your target weight. As the day progresses, if you know you've been taking in a lot of this H2O right here, weigh yourself again. See what that water intake is doing to you. You may have an epiphany and say, I'm doing this to myself. Let me stop doing this to myself. As always, communicate with your healthcare team. Ask for some outreach programs. Ask for some support groups. Join a Facebook group. I made a PD Facebook group for the Texas area. I don't know how well it's doing because I don't monitor it, but I mean, support groups are there for a reason. Engage with people who are going through what you're going through. Take care. Ciao.